Welcome back, everyone, to the Gold IRA Blueprint Podcast, your guide to understanding how gold IRAs can be a powerful tool for retirement planning. In this deep dive, we're going to unpack how they might be especially useful for those looking to reduce estate taxes and potentially pass on more wealth to their heirs.
Sounds good.
But first, if you want a little extra help, making sure you pick the right gold IRA company, right over to goldirablueprint.com/exclusive for a totally free checklist.
Yeah, it's a great resource to have handy as we navigate this topic.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is a gold IRA and how is it different from a traditional IRA?
Well, a gold IRA is a self-directed individual retirement account, much like a traditional IRA. But instead of holding paper assets like stocks and bonds, it holds physical gold or other precious metals like silver. You're not investing in a representation of gold, you actually own the metal itself.
So it's like having a piece of Fort Knox in your own retirement portfolio.
Exactly.
Why is that beneficial, especially for someone approaching retirement?
There are several potential benefits. First, gold has historically acted as a hedge against inflation. When the value of the dollar falls, the price of gold tends to rise, helping to preserve your purchasing power.
Oh, okay.
Take the 1970s, for example, when inflation peaked at 13%. Gold saw returns of over 30%, significantly outperforming traditional assets.
Wow, so it's like having a safety net in uncertain economic times.
Yeah.
But what about market volatility?
Yeah.
We all know the stock market can be a bit of a roller coaster.
Exactly, and that's another area where gold can play a role.
Okay.
While the stock market can be unpredictable, gold tends to be more stable. It can act as a buffer against those wild swings, helping to create a more balanced portfolio.
So it's about finding that balance between growth potential and stability, especially as we transition into retirement.
Right.
But there's another piece of the puzzle we need to discuss: estate taxes.
Right.
This is where things get interesting for high net worth individuals, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the unique benefits of a gold IRA is its potential to reduce estate taxes. By holding gold in an IRA, it's treated differently for tax purposes than assets in a traditional IRA. This can allow you to potentially shield a portion of your wealth from estate taxes and pass on a larger inheritance to your heirs.
No, that's a powerful advantage. We've talked about inflation, market volatility, and estate taxes, all significant concerns for anyone planning for retirement. But let's address the elephant in the room. Some people might think gold IRAs sound great, but aren't they expensive?
It's true that there are costs associated with setting up and maintaining a gold IRA.
Right.
You'll have custodian fees for storage and administration, and you'll need to purchase the physical gold itself. However, it's important to consider the long-term potential benefits. The stability and tax advantages can outweigh the initial costs. Remember, you're investing in a tangible asset with a history of holding its value.
It's about shifting our perspective from short-term expenses to the long-term goal of preserving wealth and protecting our financial future. And that brings up another common concern: risk. Is gold really a safe investment?
While all investments carry some degree of risk, gold has historically been a stable asset. If you look back through history, you'll see that gold has held its value, even during times of economic turmoil. Think about scenarios like recessions or geopolitical uncertainty.
Yeah.
Gold often performs well in those situations. It's not about getting rich quickly.
Right.
It's about maintaining wealth and purchasing power over the long term.
That makes sense, like having an anchor in your portfolio that can help weather those storms.
Exactly. It's about having that peace of mind, knowing that a portion of your wealth is held in a tangible asset with a long history of stability. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the process of actually setting up a gold IRA. It starts with choosing the right provider. This is a critical decision, as they will be responsible for safeguarding your gold.
Absolutely. You wouldn't trust just anyone with your retirement savings. So what are some of the key factors to consider when evaluating gold IRA providers?
Well, reputation and experience are paramount. You want a provider with a solid track record known for their transparency and reliability. Look for companies that have been in business for a while and have a proven history of successfully managing gold IRAs. You'll also want to compare fees across different providers. Make sure you understand all the costs involved, including storage fees, administrative fees, and any commissions charged for buying or selling gold. Remember, transparency is key.
So it's not just about the lowest fees, it's about understanding what you're paying for and making sure those fees align with the level of service and security provided.
Exactly. And speaking of security, that's another crucial factor to consider. Your gold IRA provider should offer secure, IRS-approved storage facilities for your amount.
Right.
Ask about their insurance coverage, security protocols, and procedures for handling your precious metals.
It's like choosing a bank. You want to make sure your assets are protected and in good hands. What about customer service? That can be a deal breaker in any industry.
Absolutely. A knowledgeable and responsive customer service team can make a world of difference.
Yeah.
You want a provider who can answer your questions clearly, provide guidance when needed, and address any concerns promptly and efficiently. Before you make a final decision, check out the free checklist we put together at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It covers all these important points and can help you compare different providers side by side.
That's a great resource to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've chosen a provider. What's the next step? How do we actually fund our gold IRA?
You can typically fund a gold IRA through a direct transfer or rollover from an existing retirement account, such as a 401k or traditional IRA.
Okay.
This process is usually fairly straightforward, but it's essential to consult with your financial advisor to ensure a smooth and tax-efficient transfer.
Okay.
They can guide you through the steps and help you avoid any potential penalties.
It sounds like having a financial advisor on your team is crucial throughout this process.
It's invaluable to have expert guidance, especially when dealing with complex financial matters like retirement planning and investments.
Okay, so our gold IRA is funded. We're ready to go. What kind of gold can we actually invest in? Is it just gold bars?
You typically have a few options when it comes to investing in gold within your IRA.
Okay.
You can choose from gold bullion coins, gold bullion bars, and even certain gold exchange-traded funds, ETFs. The specific types of gold investments allowed will vary depending on your chosen custodian and the rules of your IRA.
So there's some flexibility in terms of how we allocate our gold investments. But let's go back to risk for a moment. We talked about gold being a historically stable asset, but are there any specific risks associated with gold IRAs that we should be aware of?
There are a couple of things to keep in mind. Like any investment, the price of gold can fluctuate. While it has a history of holding its value over the long term, there can be short-term price swings. That's why it's crucial to have a long-term investment horizon when it comes to gold. It's not about trying to time the market or make quick profits. It's about slow and steady growth, preserving wealth, and protecting against potential economic downturns.
So patience is key. We're in it for the long haul.
Exactly. Another potential risk is high custodian fees. Some gold IRA providers charge excessive fees for storage administration or other services. These fees can eat into your returns over time, diminishing the overall effectiveness of your investment. That's why it's crucial to compare fees carefully and choose a provider with a transparent and reasonable fee structure.
It's like any service, you want to make sure you're getting value for your money.
Absolutely. It's important to remember that the goal of this deep dive is not to make you feel pressured into investing in a gold IRA. It's about giving you the information and knowledge you need to make an informed decision about whether it's the right fit for you. Ultimately, the choice is yours.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of what a gold IRA is to the potential benefits and risks involved. We've really unpacked this whole investment strategy. But before we wrap things up, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What's resonated with you the most about gold IRAs? What aspects have piqued your interest or made you think differently about retirement planning?
You know, it's been fascinating to explore the historical context of gold as a store of value and how it's played a role in protecting wealth through various economic cycles. For me, that long-term perspective really underscores the potential benefits of including gold in a diversified retirement portfolio.
Yeah, that historical perspective is so powerful. It reminds us that while markets may fluctuate, gold has endured as a safe haven for centuries. It's like having a piece of history in your own portfolio.
Precisely. And I think it's important to remember that a gold IRA isn't just about accumulating wealth for yourself, it's also about potentially creating a legacy for your loved ones. The estate tax advantages can be significant, allowing you to pass on a larger portion of your hard-earned savings to your heirs.
That's a compelling point. It's not just about securing our own financial future. It's about ensuring that our loved ones are taken care of as well.
Exactly. And I think that's where the true value of a gold IRA lies. It's about peace of mind, knowing that you've taken steps to protect your wealth hedge against potential economic uncertainty and potentially minimize the tax burden on your heirs.
It's about creating a more secure future for ourselves and those we care about. So for our listeners who are intrigued by the idea of a gold IRA and want to explore it further, what are some practical steps they can take? Where do they go from here?
The first step is education. Take the time to learn as much as you can about gold IRAs. Research reputable sources, consult with financial advisors who specialize in this area, and thoroughly compare different gold IRA providers. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about this type of investment, the better equipped you'll be to make an informed decision.
It's about doing your due diligence. and finding the right fit for your individual circumstances. And speaking of finding the right fit before you jump in, I highly recommend checking out our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. It highlights all the key factors to consider when choosing a Gold IRA provider, from fees and storage options to reputation and customer service. It's a valuable resource that can help you make a more informed decision.
Absolutely. Take advantage of all the resources available to you. Don't be afraid to ask questions and seek guidance from trusted professionals. This is your financial future, and you deserve to have all the information you need to make the best choices for yourself and your family.
And remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to retirement planning. What works for one person may not work for another. It's about finding the strategies and investments that align with your individual goals, risk tolerance, and financial situation.
Precisely. It's a personalized journey, and having the right knowledge and guidance can make all the difference.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. We hope this deep dive into gold IRAs has left you feeling informed and empowered. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to securing your financial future. If this deep dive has sparked your interest, we encourage you to explore further. Visit our website at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. Download our free checklist and start your journey towards a more secure and golden retirement.
Until next